How's it going, everyone? I'm KingBlackToof. Lovely to have you here. So, welcome to this prerequisite of Arena Mode. This one is focusing on engine cards. So we're going to look at all the engine cards and we're going to look at which ones are just good for Arena Mode. You know, they don't have too much requirement, too much setup. And also, on the flip side, what is the value of damage you'll need in order to remove the most common chosen engine cards in Arena Mode? So first of all, let's have a visual representation of the bronzes. Here they are. So there's got quite a few there, and I think this visual representation is a really nice thing to see. You can already see quite a few really good ones in there that you'll probably choose a lot of the time. So I'm also now going to order them from left to right and bottom to top in terms of their usefulness and their value. Okay, so on the vertical axis we'll have just the raw strength, the value that they get, a rough estimation. So if they get removed instantly, this is how much value you get, which is nice. And on the horizontal axis, we're going to have a look at requirements. So how much setup does it require? Is it just too much effort to put in Arena Mode and stuff like that? So here we are. We've got a rough estimation of the value of these certain cards and, you know, the worth of them. So if I want to work from the right hand side, the worst cards first, we've got a Necker. Now, it may not be considered an engine card, but, you know, it does gain value over time. It's just too specific. It requires a lot of consumptions to get any value, and you may only have one Necker in your deck, which is just going to be awful. So not a very good card. Low strength, high requirements, bad card for Arena. We've also got the Reaver Hunters. So this is a 6 strength, which not bad, but again, high requirement that you need more of these. You need 3 of them, you know, to actually get anywhere. And, you know, sometimes we even like 4 or 5. Might be possible in Arena, but most of the time probably not. So probably not worth taking. Next up, we've got like War Longship, Mangonel. Not bad cards. They're quite high up on the list, so the value is 9 to start with, which means you could take them if they're the best option out of the 4 that you get. But most likely you won't be doing too many discards or too many reveals. You don't get to see your leader card until the very end. So most likely you won't be taking this unless they're the best value at 9 that you'll get. Next up, at the bottom, we've got a Kedwani Revenant. I have seen someone use this against me to decent effect. He got about 3 or 4. Now, it's low value, but it also means that you probably will be playing quite a few items and stuff like that to really duplicate this card. So it's not absolutely dead, but it's not a very high base strength unit, and you do need to play items. So it's likely it won't be very good, but I have saw one person take it. Next, we've got, you know, the Imperium Enforcer, Imperial Brigade. Imperium Enforcer is 8 to start with. Imperial Brigade is 6. But, you know, most of the time you probably won't be playing too many disloyal units. It's possible, though. Definitely. I played like 2 Joachim de Witts and stuff. So it could be possible, but most of the time it probably won't be. But they're maybe a little bit more useful than the Mangonels and such. But not as high value to start with. We've also got, after that, we've got some 8s, so nice value, and we've got an Axeman as well. No doubt you'll be doing quite a bit of damage, I would say, so Axeman might go up reasonably well. You might be able to get an easy combo with the Farseer in terms of a Foglet or in terms of a Dragoon or something that boosts, so you may be getting more value out of that, and also you may be playing quite a few soldiers for the Standard Bearer, so they're pretty high value to start with, while also being not too difficult to get the requirement going, but still some requirement. So next up, we've got some decently high value cards. They start at like 7 to 10, and they're not too difficult in terms of requirement to get a little bit of extra value from. Now, we've got the Mahaka Marauder, we've got the Redenian Knight, and the Greatsword. Now, these are generally not going to be too easy to get the value from, but they will protect you if you think that, you know, the opponent's going to play a large amount of weather, or if they play a weather you can't deal with. Taking one of these could really be just a nice safety net in that particular case. Also, we've got the Ancient Foglet and the Alba Pikeman. Start off at really high, nice base strength, and not too difficult to get going. I mean, the Ancient Foglet starts at 10 if there's a fog on the board. It's 11. You know, you've got Monster Nest, which you might get, which could also get you another Ancient Foglet, and you've also got Black Blood, which could also get you another Ancient Foglet. So, you know, a reasonable, easy synergy with Ancient Foglets and Fog, which is nice value and hard to remove. And finally, we've got the last 2 columns, which kind of all grouped together as being the best choices for Arena. They're decently high value to start with, and they require pretty much next to no synergy to get going, no setup. You know, you may need a 1 unit or 2 units on the board, but apart from that, they just start doing their engine business by themselves. So they're really good to get going in long rounds. If they don't get stopped, you've got a good amount of engine value there. So as you can see, there's quite a lot of bronze engine cards that you could pretty much choose from that could do good value. It does seem like a 9 strength Owl's Thunder will deal with pretty much all of them apart from Ancient Foglet, which will start its life at 11 if you've got Fog, and an Alba Pikeman. But you'll probably be choosing Kirametz or Madman Lugos or Leo Bonhart and those types of ways of doing damage instead of a raw Owl's Thunder. But, you know, you've got a lot of ways to deal with it, and 9 seems to be the key value. 8 is also very good. I mean, if you've chosen the Strigger, you'll no doubt get some decent value from a Strigger. You'll be able to get rid of a lot of these options. But also, Muzzle will seemingly do good if people are choosing these high-value engine cards, which I think people will choose. Okay, so if we just have a look at some of the golds or silvers, which are classed as engine cards, there's not many. We've got Triss Butterfly Spouse starts at 8, so an Owlzor will deal with her or Strigger, and you know, anything above that. We've also got Imlerith Sabbath. I count him as an engine card because he gains value over time. So he starts at 5 with 2 armor, so that's 7, you can deal with it. But he could also kill something and gain another 2 armor, so he could start at 9. So an Owlzor will deal with it. Strigger won't, and anything above that, like Madman Lugos. Or for him especially, you can put down something really big and hope he just duels it himself. We've also got things that are a little bit harder to deal with now. We've got Yennefer Conjurer starts at 10, so you would need an Elven Blade or something like Madman Lugos, or just multiple hits will deal with her. And then we've got Wild Boar of the Sea, which starts at 13 due to 5 armor. So that was really hard to remove, that one, which is really quite dangerous card, that one, actually. So a really nice power one to sort of stop people removing it very quickly. So thank you for watching. This is the end of the video. I hope you found it interesting, if not useful. I think a lot of people already knew about, you know, Owlzor being the best option and what engine cards. But I think it's a really nice visual representation of seeing which cards are going to be good and trying to evaluate that and then analyze it. Next time we're going to be looking at the tutor cards and how useful they are. They are undoubtedly pretty decent, but what tutor cards are there, and you know, which ones are worth taking in Arena. So thank you for watching. I'll see you again very soon. Take care.